Well, hello. I'm Ali from Ali G Art Designs. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a triple split base. I don't know if that's what they call it, but that's what I'm calling it. Still with that Dutch pour botanical feel to it. Different colors than I normally use. Great outcome in the end. So without further ado, let's get messy and paint. Alright, just taping up my board, using my superpowers. There we go, done. So my first colour is a really deep purple colour, custom made again, and just using a metallic black with some magenta just to create that colour. And that one is a really pale sort of peach pink as my middle colour. So using 3 kind of panels, splitting it 3 ways, and there's my first colour being laid out. Sure it's really even. This is an interesting colour. I actually it was left over from something else, and it's got metallic in it, and it really actually shines. It's my middle colour, that pinky colour. Just trying to balance it all out. Give it a quick torch for those bubbles that pop up. Really important to do this. Gives it a nice clean thing. So there's this is the white colour, just global white being used. And my standard little branches that I like to put on. Give it that vine look later when it flows out. And this is a green colour that's had a little bit of black, a little bit of white added to it, just to sort of tone it down, give it a bit more of an olive sort of colour. Don't usually use green like this, and a little bit of a risk, so I was being very careful not to overload it with it. And this is another custom colour. I really don't know what to call it. It's almost like the colour I would choose if I wanted a lipstick. So it's a bit of a blushy sort of colour, come a bit of a rust colour, but really pretty. And again, it's a peachy colour similar to the middle, but just making it a little bit darker. And I'm just adding a little bit more of that brown on there because, if it's brown, red, rosy colour, don't know if it's got a name. And there's some pearl white being added on there just to again give it some shimmer. And some gold. This is just global gold. And then just topping it off with some rose gold. Right. Kept having hair falling into the piece. Don't know where it's coming from. Giving it another torch there, and just flooding the canvas where it needs to be. So I need to be really careful that I don't blow the 2 rows of colour into each other, because that would be a real mess. So just putting that where I think I'm going to be blowing it out. I'm actually working backwards to where I normally work. I normally work from the other side, so it kept messing with me become a robot after a while when you do the same thing. But yeah, I had to sort of work the other way. Just putting a little bit of that base colour over it. I mean, it was interesting, these colours, because they've all had black and white sort of added in them to create a different tone, a bit of a more muted colour. I was colour matching to a particular request that somebody had given me to make a painting in the colours of their choice, and which are these colours. So it was just a little bit unusual to add so much black and white to get that colour that you want. But you know, the blowout's looking all right, but it just looks so different doing it, and there was just a little bit of a muddy colour coming through, and I was getting really concerned. And I thought, oh, I don't know if this is going to work, but it kind of, just because it doesn't look like how it normally looks, it doesn't mean it's a bad look. So I actually did really like it in the end. Just meant things were a little bit more opaque in places, and probably I really do like that transparency coming through, but in some places it just made it a bit more opaque because of the colours I was mixing in. Just blowing where, of course, it needed a little bit more extension. You can see the bottom layer of that vine just turned out a lot thicker. Don't know why, must have been the way I blew it out. But yeah, so I'm just sort of trying to stretch out that top layer of vine. I call them vine because they do look like vines. I do like the green in it. It wasn't too much. Actually kicked the camera hole there and didn't realise that my picture was a little bit crooked now. So if it's messing with your OCD, I apologise. But yes, it's a bit crooked. I do fix it later. Just doing some finger swipes. I just do really love how it just defines the picture a bit more, and you know, cleans up the petals a bit. I hate the fact that I've got to put my head in the way, but it is what it is. Now to the other side. Oh, sorry about that. Good way to check if you've got any bald spots though, isn't it? I do really love the colour tones and that split base having two vines running next to each other. Probably could have done the second one the opposite way, running the opposite way, but Didn't think of it at the time. The next one maybe. Now that's when I dipped my clothes into the paint. You can see down, up the top. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to stretch your body over considering the size of the canvas, but yeah, messed it up, got to fix it up now. Try not to wear your painting. I'm actually wearing an overcoat, like a lab coat. I found it at the back of my son's cupboard when he moved out of home. I thought, oh, that'll be handy for painting. But I guess it's getting a lot of paint on it. I told my husband when I first put it on, I said, I feel like my IQ goes up when I put this thing on because I look like a scientist. At least it protects my clothing for when I do dip my clothes in. So I actually like that bottom one better than it was before. So the dip worked. Paid off. Starting to look like it's finished. And I do like it. Did have to walk away and come back a bit later and just rest your eyes from it. Like sometimes you're looking at it and you're not sure in your own mind whether is this a good picture or not. But coming back, it really was nice. It was like if it sort of wows you when you walk back in, then you know you're happy with it. Right, there I go, straighten it up and it's done. This is the wet results. You can see the sparkle in the base colour. How gorgeous is that? Wow. Lots of sparkle, just trying to find the best bits. Oh, look, I just love that. It's really pretty. It's awesome. So that's it, done. So here is this painting all dry. I really like this painting and I just compare it to other stuff that I've done and the tones are very different. The composition is very different and I really like it. So a little bit of a close-up. Got some lovely gold showing there and just up the top there too. It's very pretty. Looks great. So there it is. Well, thank you for watching. See you next time.